Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 70 of the Cherry Purls podcast, the big 70.
Yep.
We are a knitting and spinning podcast coming to you just about every other week from outside New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are so happy that you're here with us today. I am Robyn.
I'm Mary.
Remember this time. You can find me as TeenyButton on Instagram and Ravelry, and my Etsy shop is TeenyButton Studio, where I sell hand-dyed yarn.
I am Snippin' Full on Ravelry, and on Instagram, I am Cherry Purls Mary.
And we have a podcast group. It'll be linked down below, and that is where you can find the show notes for this episode, as well as all previous episodes, as well as our chatter and finished objects threads for our knit-alongs. And are we running a giveaway this week?
Yes, we are.
We are. So that is where you can enter for that. So again, that's linked down below. And this is Pearl. We didn't do her introduction. She is here with us today until she gets bad enough that we kick her out.
It never gets bad. She's always good.
So we want to talk about our knit-alongs?
Sure. We have a knit-along that's currently in progress. It is the C is for Caring Cal, and it is in honor of cancer patients. We are requesting that people knit, crochet, sew, make in any way you would like to something for a cancer patient. The make-along, I guess we're calling it, started on October 1st and will run through November 15th. We have a chatter group and a finished object group in our podcast threads and over on Ravelry, and you're welcome to talk in the chatter thread and enter any finished objects over there. We will choose prizes from both of the threads. I'm trying to think what else. I'm leaving something out.
I don't think so.
But basically, what you make needs to be given to a cancer patient.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have anything local to you, you can send them to us, and we will donate them to our local cancer center. Did you say you have to be a member of the podcast group to win?
You do need to be a member of the podcast group to win a prize. And if you are sending something to a patient or giving something to somebody that you don't know, please remember to label it with the fiber content and the care instructions so that the recipient knows how to care for it. I think that's it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, feel free to go over to the podcast threads over there because the official rules are written at the top of both of those threads.
Cool. So we do have a prize here that was donated to us, so we'll give you a sneak peek of what you could win. This was donated to us by Tiffany at Southern Sparrow Handmade.
You didn't grab the yarn?
Oh, no, I didn't grab the yarn.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
So she made a gorgeous bag. It says Think Pink on it. It's not hand embroidered. It's embroidered. And it is gorgeous.
Machine embroidered.
Machine embroidered, yeah. It'd be a lot of work to hand embroider that.
Absolutely.
And there's her logo on the back, Southern Sparrow Handmade.
And it's a drawstring bag?
And yes, it is a drawstring bag, and it is massive. You could fit, goodness, I don't even know. There's pockets on the inside, but 4 skeins.
Oh, easily.
Easy.
And room for a project.
Yeah, there's a little bundle in here. She included some stitch markers and a pen and some other goodies that you'll find out if you win.
And then you forgot.
What did I forget? Oh, yeah.
On the side, there's some other stitch markers and a little pink ribbon.
And a little bra. That's cute.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of the stitch markers is a little bra. I don't know if you can see it.
Adorable. And then she said this bag was for stuffing?
Yeah, so Tiffany's thought process behind this is if you wanted to make some knitted knockers, this could be like your go-to bag to where you could put your yarn in here, and then any stuffing that you would use to stuff the knockers with would go in there. But of course, if you win, you can use it for anything you want to. Mm-hmm. It would also make a really cute, just a little notions pouch to put some really cute things in it. And
yes,
she does absolutely beautiful work. And
we love
everything
Tiffany.
Is cute. So
adorable.
Thank you, Tiffany. Also, the winner will get 2 skeins of yarn that has been approved by the KnittedKnockers.org group. So it's kind of like a package. You'll also get some stuffing with that. And so
everything you need to make knockers.
Yeah. So that's going to be the prize for the...
Smells good, too.
for our make-along.
So thank you, Tiffany. We really appreciate the donation, and we can't wait for one of y'all to win this. So, did we mention you can enter as many times as you make?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. You definitely can make as many finished objects as you would like. The only thing we request is that you have a separate entry for each project
Separate
that you
post.
make. Separate post,
Yeah.
thank you. For each project that you make. But if it's the same project, say like you wrote something on one and then you come back in and want to put a picture, please edit your original post to put the picture in. Don't create a second post just for the picture, because we use the numbers on the thread and on the post to put into random.org or talk to Siri as to give us who our prize winners are. And as usual, please note chatting in the finished objects thread. And again, like I said, full rules are at the top of both of those threads in our podcast group.
So we have another knit along coming up. It's going to be starting in 4 days. October has 34 days.
Really?
Starting
34?
34. My.
I don't know. Last I checked, Halloween was on the last day.
First. I saw it in my head and I said 34.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. Okay. So this knit along starts November 1st. That's an easier way to say it instead of making myself look like a moron. We are going to be hosting the Socks and Space KAL 2017. We hosted it last year. We're going to be hosting it again with the lovely Candace of the Pin, Feathers, and Pearls podcast, whom we love.
Yay, Candace!
So it's going to be similar rules as last time. We're mixing it up a little bit. Basically, the premise is you have to knit a pair of space-themed socks. That can be through the pattern if you want to knit the Mercury socks, the speckled space socks, a Doctor Who themed, project pattern, or spacey yarn. So a Doctor Who themed yarn, a Galaxy themed yarn, fandoms, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, Firefly, Invader Zim. I don't know what else is. Mass Effect.
There's so many.
Yeah, anything space themed. And both do not have to be space themed. You can pick either the pattern or the yarn. We do have a bundle in the group. I'm not sure if I've featured it on the side, but I'll go through and check before this podcast goes up. But it is a bundle of space-themed patterns that you can pick from. Or if you're unsure if your yarn or pattern will count, either email, one of the three of us, me, you, or Candace, and we'll tell you for sure.
You can send us a private message on
Yes,
that.
yeah. We will not be counting whips this year because it is a 2-month KAL. It runs from November 1st to December 31st. But you can knit socks, you can crochet socks, you can make shorty socks, just as long as it's a pair of socks. And the way that we're going to run this is we're going to host the finished objects thread, and Candace is going to host the chatter thread, because last year it was kind of crazy with 2 chatter threads and 2 finished objects threads.
Yeah.
So check out the Pin, Feathers, and Pearls podcast group. I think she said she's going to make the chatter thread live, hopefully by this weekend. So chatter in there and then come post your finished objects in our group. So we will be drawing prizes from our finished objects group. We do ask that you be a member of both podcast groups to win a prize. But other than that, I think that's most of what's going on, right? You think of anything?
I think so. As usual, the full rules will be at the top of the threads. And if you have any questions, feel free to send us a message on Ravelry.
Cool beans. I'm so excited. I love this one. This one's like my baby. I love this knit along so much.
It was a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I do love...
Every time you say that, my heart dies just a little bit.
Yeah, I like Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, you introduced me to Who, so that's a good deal. So,
yeah.
But still, we need to work on the Star Wars thing because it's amazing.
Yeah.
They had a couple of duds in there. The first one for sure, but the original 3 were amazing. So, yeah. Okay, moving right along.
We have a coupon code from Kath Thorley. We mention it every week. We will mention it again until it expires.
That's right.
It is 20% off of any of her patterns using the code CherryPearls20, and that is until March of 2018. So thank you, Kath. And we have a pattern review to do this week. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. The wonderful Naomi of Naomi Grace Knits contacted us and asked us to review her new pattern. The pattern is called You're a Pink Starburst, and it's a beautiful 2-skein shawl. And the thought behind this, Naomi said, was that sometimes we tend to put others before ourselves, not because you're not important, but just kind of it's just something that people tend to do, especially women will put others before themselves. I know a lot of men do this too. Mm-hmm. But anyway, her thoughts were that sometimes whenever she would eat Starburst, she would say the pink ones for last. And she's like, you know what? Sometimes you need to do most important things or the good things, maybe you should do those first. So that's kind of the thought behind the name of the pattern. The pink starbursts were her favorite, and she'd save them for last. And she's like, no, let's put this to the forefront. Not only is this a beautiful shawl, but she also has a part in the beginning of where you write down things that make you special and unique, just to remind yourself that you are a speaker.
It's a really good message.
Yeah, I think it's a great message. So Naomi is offering a free copy of this pattern to our viewers, and we will open up a thread in our podcast group for you to enter. And basically what you'll need to tell us is what colorway do you think you would use? What yarn would you use to knit this beautiful pattern? As usual, you need to be a member of the podcast group to be eligible for a prize, but I think it's fabulous that she's making this offer. Naomi writes very wonderful patterns. They're very clear and concise and very well thought out. They're tech edited and all that, so yeah, go give it a look. Yeah. We'll link it in the show notes, and you can go over there, check it out, and then let us know what yarn you would use to knit it. So thanks, Naomi.
Thank you. So I think that's it, huh?
Yep. All of the basic
administrative
stuff. Yeah.
So we have finished objects.
Yes.
Objects each. We each have more than one. Can you believe that?
Yes.
What? How many you got? You got hats.
Oh yeah, it's been hat week.
Let's do hats. Let's do hats.
Okay.
So you have more than me, but I already grabbed it, so I'm going first.
Fine. I think it turned out wonderfully.
This is my Zoe hat. The pattern is by Alexandra Davidoff. And ta-da!
What yarn did you use?
This is Barrett Wool Company Home Worsted, and the colorway is Snowy Pine. And the pom-pom I got from Michael's for 60% off, so, you know, saving money everywhere I go.
Deal. Yeah, if someone's looking for a pom-pom, these are...
they're on keychains.
They're keychains or hair accessories. Yeah. I've seen them both.
Yeah, but I just, took the jump ring off, and it just has a little... tie, like a little
tab.
Yeah, and I just loopy the loopy through the top of that. So let's put it on. So it's a tiny bit smaller than hats I've made before, but I think I'm okay with it. It's not slouchy. But yeah, I like it a lot. And it's my color, y'all know I love mint. But it's not eligible for Candace's mint along because I started it like way back, but that's okay. So yeah.
I love the cabling in that. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I like it too.
I have that pattern. I'm going to knit it at some point because it's really pretty.
Yeah, so I knit this for our New York trip, which we'll be taking in December because it's going to be cold apparently in New York in December. It gets cold.
I hope so.
Some people say.
I hope so. I mean, I look forward to the cooler weather. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, It's
a beautiful color yarn.
Yeah.
Turned out great.
Very pretty.
I like it.
So you want to do your hats?
Sure. I kind of had a hat festival this week.
Well, that's a good name for a title. We have a lot of hat titles.
Last week also. So I'll just kind of... You want me just to do them all at one time?
If you want.
Okay.
Oh, that's cute yarn.
This, I kind of did a bunch of them. I'm trying to use up a lot of the acrylic that I have. And some of these are also gifts, baby hat gifts. So these are two hats that I did. These two patterns are knitted hats for the whole family, and this is a great pattern if you want to do a range of sizes. This is by Christian Aspa Heinrich, and the colorway is, the yarn is Crystal Palace Yarns Mendocino, and the colorway is Violet Rainbow.
That's a fun colorway name.
Yeah, it's a really cool yarn. The way it comes out, it's kind of like a striped yarn. It's like Barbara pulled two colors.
Marled.
Yeah, thank you. And so this one is going to be donated, and then this is a gift for a secretary's baby. Then, where's the other two? Okay, so these two I did. These two are the Bankhead hat, and this the Bankhead is by Susie Gorley, and the yarn is Karen Simply Soft Shadows, and the colorway is Autumn. So this is a hat for charity, and this is a baby hat to go with the other one. Okay, then these two. No, this one's different. This one is Ribberoni, and it is by
Jane Tanner.
It's right there. Oh, there it is, Jane Tanner. And the colorway is Barocco Comfort Solace in Heathers. And the colorway is 9836, and that's Finian's Rainbow.
Is that a self-striping, or is it just a variegated?
It's a variegated that started to stripe, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be a self-striping. But I love this pattern because the way the top does on it.
Oh, that is cool.
It's a really cool, I've done this several times, this pattern, and it's a real fun one to do. It's real easy, but it's got a really cool decrease on it.
Still time to do a charity hat in that pattern.
Absolutely. Then these 3 hats are just basic hats. I cast on, Lord knows how many, and then I just knit until I thought it was time to decrease. So that is the same colorway.
Mm-hmm.
This one is in some mystery yarn that I got from Rick. It's some mystery acrylic that Rick was getting rid of. This one is in Cascade Pacific.
Oh, I like that base.
All right. And
that's the wool.
It is 40% wool, 60% acrylic.
I have some of that.
So that's one of those. And then this last one is another baby hat. And this one is the barley hat.
An oldie but a goodie. Yes, I love that pattern.
Definitely. And this is in Knit Picks worsted, Felici worsted in Baker Street.
That's a Sherlock colorway.
Yeah, so that's another gift baby hat. So I've got a bunch of gifts and a bunch of hats to give away to charity.
Look at you.
Yeah, the little ones are going to go to Hats for Kiddos, and the adult size ones I will take to the oncologist's office when I go next month.
Next month? That was this month.
No, it's November.
Oh, okay. So I have another finished object, and this is one y'all have seen for a while. So this is my Meandering Shawl, which is a pattern by Stephen West. And now that it's blocked, I think I do like the right side. So this is the way we were liking it while I was knitting it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I still like it. I just think I like this side too. I
like both sides, but I still like the lighter side better.
Yeah.
If I have to choose a side.
Yeah. So this is a pattern by Stephen West. And I use TeenyButton Studio yarn. The dark brown is chicory. And the yellow variegated with speckles is bourbon and boudin. And I really, really enjoyed knitting it. It was a really enjoyable knit. It blocked out like nobody's business.
Oh, it's brioche.
Yeah. I've never blocked brioche before. So I needed your help.
It's still squishy.
Yeah, well, I asked for your help, but you were watching the World Series. I didn't want to bother you, so I'm like, I'll just do it myself. So,
well, it was that crazy game that went 11 innings, and I kept putting you off.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I'm glad I watched it.
I learned a new skill because now I can block aggressively.
Blocking aggressively is not hard.
I just never done it before. I usually just let the knitting lay how it wants to lay. But, you okay?
Yeah, I've got to sneeze.
Okay. But I really enjoyed knitting this. I love brioche. I'm a convert. And I just want to squish it all the time. And I kind of want to knit another one, but I have so many other projects. I want to knit especially brioche projects. So I'm going to move on to something else. But I'm glad that I have this pattern because I probably will knit it again. And I did knit the small size. There's a small size and a large size. This is the small size.
Did you measure how big it was?
I didn't. I never measure because I'm lazy. But
I appreciate that when people do put that on their project notes.
Yeah.
So I've started to try to remember to measure mine just so that people can, when you look at a pattern and the designer tells you what the finished size is, it really depends on blocking.
On your gauge too.
Yeah. And on your gauge. But I appreciate seeing that on people's project pages.
Yeah. So I really, really, really love it.
It looks good.
Yeah. The cast on is genius. Like, I'm not going to give it away, but it's a kind of like a garter tab, but it's not. But it's genius. Stephen West is brilliant. Like, I'm sure if you're watching this, he's brilliant. But, he is. So, I cast on another one of his shawls, which I'll show y'all in a second. But I love this one, which is why I'm squishing it out. So, you got another finished object?
I have one more, yes. And I'm still, cranking these babies out. So these are 2 knitted knockers. These are knitted knockers that are, the pattern I use is DPNs in the round, but I'm actually doing magic loop. and that is by it's knittedknockers.org.
Yeah.
And the yarn is Cascade Yarn Ultra Pima, and the colorway is 3711.
Oops. That's all you got?
That's it for finished objects.
How many whips you got? Just the one?
Just the one.
Just the one? Okay, I'm trying to...
Well, just the one that I'm going to bother showing. I do have my car knitting, but I'm not dragging it in from the car. I'll just show that when I'm done.
Okay. So I have 3, so I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
So this is a sock that I've been working on for a little bit, but I haven't had enough progress to really show you guys because it's very slow going because every single row is cabled. But it's one I've had in my queue forever, and I've been waiting for the right yarn to cast it on. So it is the Sapient Pearwood Socks by Rachel Coopy. And I actually found this because I'm a huge fan of the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. And the Sapient Pearwood is a reference to one of the characters in the show. Not the show, in the book. Books. There's a lot of books. So I started these socks with my Mulla Grubs colorway. And this is what it looks like in the cake without that string on it. And this was the Harry Potter Club for August. Just a very tonal brown with some reds and some blues and a little bit of green. And not a whole lot to show. I'm using Hiya Sharps because that's usually what I use whenever I cable because they're friggin' pointy as heck.
Almost to the point of poking in your finger?
Yeah, because I cable without a needle, so having a sharp needle really helps for that.
That's why I gave them to you, because I was poking a hole in my finger.
So, not a whole lot to show. I'm just working on them.
But you can see the beginning of it, and I love how the cable's working.
Yeah,
now.
The cables come to like a point, kind of.
They both go in towards the
center.
kind
of. I haven't read that far ahead in the pattern. I'm just following the chart as I go.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
But I really like it so far. And I've never knit with this tough sock base before. This is the first time, and I'm really enjoying it. Usually I grab soft sock just because I prefer merino nylon 75/25.
But now you're saying.
But I really like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not super interesting, but I think it's fun.
Yeah. I
really like that pattern. The pattern, the colorway that she chose was a really nice goldeny, peachy kind of color that I really like, but I think it'll look nice in the
I think it looks good so far, yeah. Yeah. I think it's perfect.
Yeah. Should I go again?
Yeah, I just have the one, so have at it.
So I actually did a bunch of work on my sock scrap blanket, I think. And I say I think, yeah, my ball yarn just fell. That's okay. I cannot remember when I showed this to y'all last, so I'm just going to show it again. But I think I've done the entire bottom row and the entire side row plus 3 squares. So this is where I started. So the new stuff is on this side. So I think all of this is new and all of this. All this. So some of them I know, some of them I don't. Most of them I don't, actually. This one is Jinx yarn in the Gur colorway.
Yay.
This one is from Unwind Yarn Company, but I can't remember the colorway name. This one I think is from Vine. I think this is her Black Pearl colorway. This is Jinx yarn in House Cup. This is Lammy Toes in Changeling. And this is one I got from you. Does that look familiar? No. It's a self-striping. Maybe it's the Glee colorway?
Yeah, I was going to say that looks like Desert Vista.
Maybe Desert Vista?
Glee. Yeah. That's what that looks like.
Some of them, this one is Knox yarn, I know that. But it's like, I get them in swaps, and people send them to me, or...
Sometimes they're labeled, and sometimes they're not.
Yeah, so at first I was keeping track of what everything was, but I don't think I can anymore. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm even gonna try anymore, honestly, because the ones I really like that I know I'll remember. But I really love this. I really love this blanket. It's what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 9, so 81, 80, 82, 83 and a half squares. So it's a lot of squares.
That's a lot of squares.
Yeah, and it's at the point to where I can like put it on my lap and knit a square while Pearl sits on it.
Yay, Pearl enjoys it.
This is like a cat magnet. I'm sure if y'all are knitting one, you know this blanket is a cat magnet.
If you follow Robyn on Instagram, you'll see where she was trying to work on it a couple of days ago, and Pearl's like, "Oh, yay!
Yeah,
I'll come sit and help."
It's at the point to where she can sit on it while I work, and I can just turn it back and forth without bothering her, which is the important thing, is not bothering the cat. So. We're both glad that it's gotten to this point because it's, good knitting. It's good patio knitting in the morning because it's starting to get cool in the morning. So I need something to cover up because I get cold easily. So
looks good.
Thank you. I really love this pattern. I know a lot of people do the granny stripe pattern, and I like that one too.
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, but I like the patchwork effect of the cozy memory style.
Yeah, and see, I like how all the colors blend into each other. Of the granny stripe, so it's good that we both have something a little different but still fun.
Just different aesthetics.
Absolutely.
So you want to show your
Sure. Working on another hat.
Working on a hat.
This is more of the Pacific, the Cascade Pacific that I showed you earlier. Whoa, here we go. Wait, why do I not know where to do this? Okay, so
it's not like we've been doing this for 70 episodes.
No comment. So it's just a hat. I decided to do it red and white. I don't have that much left, so I threw in some white to hopefully be able to finish the top
make
of the
it go
hat.
a little farther.
Yeah, so I'm just, like I said, I'll be doing a lot of hats throughout until I go to the oncologist because I want to bring as many as I can when I go. So yeah, it's just a basic hat. Again, I cast on enough for an adult hat, and then I just knit until it's time to decrease. It's not really
not an exact science.
It's not a specific pattern. Just
it's a very large hat.
Well,
it's a man's hat.
Yeah, I've got a lot of smaller ones, so I want to put in a couple of bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you never know who needs, and not all chemo patients lose their hair. Mm-hmm. So it could be that that's what who that one goes to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for me and works in progress.
You ready for Throw Me Something, mister?
I am always ready for that.
This is where we talk about what we received this week. So would you like to go first?
Sure. I decided to make an order over at Webb's. I did not bring the needles.
I have needles.
But I saw that they are now carrying Knit Pro Zings, and Robyn and I have been really interested in trying them. So I bought a couple of sizes of the Zings, and I bought one pair of the interchangeables. I think it was a size 6, just to kind of get an idea of how both of them work. I've got the fixed and some interchangeables, and then Robyn bought 2 pair of sock needles because that's her deal.
You can never have too many pairs of sock needles.
My needles are in line with hats and shawls. Mm-hmm. So I've got plenty of sock needles.
You know what they say about sock needles is your amount of sock whips will grow to fit your amount of sock needles.
Yeah,
it's like having a purse. Like if you have a big purse, like somehow it gets filled up with junk.
Yeah.
No matter what size you're going to find something.
You're going to fill it. Fill the empty square.
Exactly.
So you've got an empty needle.
I have 2 empty needles. I could cast on 2 more pairs of socks.
Or you could cast on and knit 2 at a time.
I don't have second sock syndrome.
That's
true. Just knit one at a time. It's easier to carry it around.
You don't.
Yeah. I'm really good about that. That's very surprising given my personality type.
Well, given that you've got a ton of stuff that you haven't finished.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of works in progress, but you don't have problems finishing. Once you start, because you want to wear them. Mm-hmm. So that's your motivation.
Yeah. These are really cool. I'm excited to try them.
Yeah. Neither one of us have tried them yet. We're waiting to show you, but we'll probably both crack into them. I have a shawl pattern that I would like to start. And then Robyn has some socks, I'm sure, that are in your queue.
I really want another pair of vanilla socks.
Well, now that I have my yarn for the socks in space, I will be casting on. But I won't be using Zings because I didn't buy that size. I also picked up some yarn while I was ordering from Webb's.
Like you do.
Because I couldn't help myself. Plus, they give a discount.
Yeah.
And so I picked up a couple of skeins of Cascade Heritage. This colorway is 5616, and it's this beautiful.
This is the same base, right? Just a different tag.
Yeah, I guess.
75-25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, they must have changed it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is in a really pretty fuchsia color, and this is in a beautiful soft gray, which is
5660.
5660. Always can get a nice Neutral. And then I picked up a skein of Cascade 220 fingering. And this colorway is 7827. So this is a nice golden yellow. And the last one I picked up is, and this is a 50-gram skein. The other two were 100 grams. This is a 50-gram skein, and it's got
cat hair on it.
Cat hair all over.
Always.
I wonder who. And this is some of Webb's yarn. This is Valley Yarns Huntington. And it is 75-25. A lot of their yarns are very soft. And the colorway name is Lemongrass, number 37. And I thought that this would be a fun pop of color in a shawl. The last thing I picked up was this really cool skein, mini skein set by Wonderland Yarns. And this is their Cheshire Cat base. And the colorway is 'Cause Everyone Likes It, number 61. And I've seen a couple of mini skein sets done up this way, and I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And how do they close it at the bottom? There's a tie? Oh, there's a tie.
Yeah, there's a tie right here, but I'm like, it's kind of cool the way they've got it in the braid. And I really like the progression of colors here, so I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it, but I'm sure it will be a shawl.
That's by Fabulous Fibers?
Wonderland Yarns.
Oh, okay.
And it's 128 yards per 1 ounce skein, so a total of 640 yards. So this is definitely can make a shawl.
Nice yardage, yeah.
Yep. So that's what I picked up from Webb's.
Yep. So I forgot to show a whip. Oh no! So we're gonna rewind for a second, and we're gonna go back to works in progress because I don't know what I was thinking, but I forgot to show a whip. So I'm gonna show this now. So this is something I started a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah!
I know. How did I forget this?
It's not like it's not in the show notes.
Yeah, I know. We're just flying along. We got stuff to do apparently. Let me fold this under. This is the Vulpix pattern by Stephen West, and I partially picked this because of the name. Because if y'all have been watching for a while, you know that I am a massive Pokemon fan, and Vulpix is a Pokemon from the original series, and it is a little fox.
It's one of Robyn's favorite Pokemon.
Actually, my best friend, I just remember these were up here. My best friend got me these 2 Vulpix pins for my birthday this year. And this is what Vulpix looks like. There's 2 different kinds, but that is what they look like. Adorable. So I can see how he was inspired by that. But
so Steven is a Pokemon fan?
Another reason to love him.
And you know this for a fact?
I mean, it's not really he talks about Pokemon in the talking about the pattern, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he says the 6, because the pattern has 6, they look like feathers to me, but there's 6 columns, because Vulpix has 6 tails. So you see how it works?
Look at that.
So this is actually my Ravenclaw shawl, because Pokemon and Harry Potter, you know,
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, yeah. So these are 2 of my new colorways, Ravenclaw inspired, of course. This one is Wit Beyond Measure, and this one is Man's Greatest Treasure, which is a quote by Rowena Ravenclaw, who says that Wit Beyond Measure is man's greatest treasure because Ravenclaw students, which we both are known for being creative and smart. So this is on my Silky base, TeenyButton Studio Silky. And you will notice that this is bronze and not silver because I have a bone to pick with Warner Brothers for changing the friggin' Ravenclaw house colors from bronze to silver and changing the mascot from an eagle to a raven because I'm not over that. I'm never going to get over that. I'm so upset.
Well, I can kind of see the raven just because Ravenclaw, you're thinking it's a raven and not an eagle. But there was no reason this needed to turn silver.
Yeah. Well, Slytherin is silver, so now 2 Hogwarts houses have the same color. So it's like,
oh, heaven forbid.
I mean, Gryffindor has crimson and gold, and Hufflepuff has yellow and black, but gold and yellow aren't always the same color. But anyway, that's
tangent. Why they're called yellow and gold.
That's a tangent. So this is the pattern, and this is actually, believe it or not, Intarsia, which I have not done in years, and the last time I did it, I was extremely unsuccessful. So there's the back. It's done with slip stitches, and there's my little Intarsia. Look at that. I'm so tickled with myself. I'm really proud of myself.
Look at you.
Yeah, we don't do color work. Neither of us really do color work. Just because...
I do color work, like mosaic color
Yeah,
work.
but not like true either Intarsia or Fair
Yeah.
Isle.
Oh, gosh, no. I've done it before, but my floats weren't long enough. I mean, it was a pair of mitts, and I was able to get them on.
Yeah, but it was still
it was like, you know, it was pretty tight.
Yeah, but I'm really proud of myself, and I don't say that often, but I'm really, I didn't...
You chuffed?
I'm chuffed. I didn't realize that it was Intarsia whenever I bought it because, who reads...
You're like, I like this. I'm going to make this shawl. And then you print it out and you're like,
oh, wait a second. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Yeah. So, I'm really happy with it. And apparently you work it in short rows on each side. So I'm on this side right now. So I'm only working this half of the stitches, but it's going to have stripes here. And then there's going to be some blocks of color at the bottom. But I think I'm done with the color work. I think it's just that one section.
You got this during his birthday
No, I
sale.
actually used the coupon from End of the Wool.
Oh, okay.
We got a free Stephen West pattern with our goodie bag at End of the Wool.
I didn't realize that was your free pattern.
It was. I was going to do the Speckle and Pop, but I don't know when I'm going to be making the Speckle and Pop. So I'm like, I'll just buy it later. He'll have another sale or something.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush. I have plenty of patterns to knit. So that's what I'm working on. This is in my bag that I really love the style from Rainstorm Studio that I traded with her. Yeah, Rainstorm Studios. I traded with her at End of the Wool as well. So this is kind of my End of the Wool project.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to put my Vulpix pins in here. But I haven't used them yet. I have this thing about pins where I just leave them on the card because they look so nice and pretty, but then I never use them. But maybe that's something I need to work on.
You use a lot of them.
I do, yeah. Yeah, but
I wouldn't say you never do.
Yeah. So that is my whip that I forgot about. So now I guess we can move on to...
Move back into Throw Me Something, Mister.
Yeah. So you've done all your stuff, right?
I am done.
Okay, so I got a swap package quite a while ago. I just wanted to wait to use anything until I had a chance to show you guys. So I did a swap with a friend of mine on Instagram. I'm not sure if she wants me to say her name or not, so I'm not. But I had posted a picture of my knitting with my New Orleans Starbucks mug. They do the You Are Here collection. And I'm sure if you're watching, you know this, but they do different mugs for different places.
If you're a fan of Starbucks.
Yeah, but they're all over. There's people that exclusively collect them, or they trade with other people, or they go to different places and buy them whenever they're there. So she is in the Philadelphia area, and she asked if I wanted to do a trade because she didn't have the New Orleans one. So we did a mug swap. So she got me the Philadelphia one. And there's the Liberty Bell.
Yay!
I've never been to Philadelphia. Oh, there's a pretzel. Super cute.
And then it's cool.
Yeah.
You should go.
And then we swapped some coffee. I sent her some tea. So this is Coffee Roasters Chocolate Raspberry. And we use the Keurig, but I think we have those cups.
We have some things you can put it into.
Yeah. So that's going to be yummy, and raspberry is amazing. And then another little pack of coffee. This is Cool Bean Perks, Specialty Coffees of the World, Peru, La Florida Coffee, Organic Fair Trade. Little coffee packet. And then we also swapped some yarn and some goodies. So she got me this tea steeper, which is shaped like a little kitty, which is so cute. And it kind of hangs on the side of your mug. I already put the mug up or I would show. And then she got me some other little knickknacks, some Halloween stuff, and some other things that I've already taken out and used. And then she got me this skein of yarn from a company I've never heard of. Stitched Together Hand-Dyed Yarns, Fiber, and Accessories. Established 2015. And it doesn't have a label on it, but she said the colorway is Succulents Have Feelings Too, which is super, super, super cute. And it feels like a 75-25.
Yeah, it's nice and soft.
Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited to use that. I'll probably use it with something else. I don't know for sure if it has nylon in it. I don't want to risk it.
You probably could look them up and see what her bases are. And maybe she doesn't have a base that doesn't have nylon.
Yeah. So we'll see. It would make awesome socks.
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all know how I love pastels. And this is my colors for sure. I love this skein. I love whenever I get a skein that I would have bought myself. And, like, I love everything that anybody sends me. But, like, there's just, like, some people just like my colors and, like, mint kindred spirits.
They're out there.
So, that is the swap package that I received. And speaking of enamel pins, I'll show this pin that I got today in the mail. So this is from Twill and Print. She's a Canadian artist. And I got another pin from her, and I cannot figure out where I put it. Actually, I think I know where it is. I think it's on my bag, but I'm not going to go grab it. But I got this one, which she was doing a pre-order for, and it's an hourglass with knit stitches in it, and it says 1 stitch at a time.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, because I figure that's a reminder everybody could use.
That's right.
So I'm probably going to put this on my Fox bag because it kind of matches the aesthetic of the bag.
That works.
So that is the pin that I got this week, and then I want to show this. This is a project bag that I got from Southern Sparrow Handmade, who donated the lovely prize package for our C is for Caring knit-along. And she makes these bags. If you have seen them around, they are amazing. I saw this and I'm like, I need one. Like, I cannot go on without this bag. So I was keeping my Muller Grub socks in there. But, yeah, the outside, I'm going to flatten it out so you can see. Just a string. I was like, oh no, it's going to stain. So it says, I solemnly swear I'm up to no good, and it has the footprints. And there is a sorting hat little keychain, but I think if you buy it from her shop, I think it comes with little footprints one that match the footprints on here. And then on the inside is the Marauders Map fabric. And there is a pocket right here. I don't know if you can see. There's a pocket, I promise. And then her Southern Sparrow Handmade tag on the back. And you can't see it on camera, but all the stitching is metallic. It's like a gold metallic thread. So I am so impressed with Tiffany's work. Tiffany's the one who made us those amazing cross-stitch bags that we show all the time. And she does these as well. She also has some really cute flying pigs. She has some narwhals. She just does really cute stuff. So she is Southern Sparrow Handmade on Etsy. We will link to her shop as usual. But these are amazing. I think she has 4 different sizes. I think she has a sock size, a bigger one than this, and then a notions pouch, and then this size, of course. But, yeah, she's awesome. So that is our Throw Me Something Mister for this week.
Yep.
Do we have any lame yappy stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing much been going on this past 2 weeks. I'm so used to doing every week, so I always say.
Well, we enjoyed very much seeing what everyone did and bought at Rhinebeck. Mm-hmm. I know there was a bit of whining.
Wineback going
on over here. But yeah. We do plan to go in the future, and we hope to go next year.
Yeah. Somebody said they wish that we were there, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was there too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I was really excited to start seeing people's podcasts or vlogs or whatever they did. We're looking at all the wonderful pictures that went on this weekend, but this past week people have been uploading things, and I've really enjoyed watching.
Yeah, Mina of the Knitting Expat has a fantastic vlog. Her vlogs are always really high quality, so if you want to see what went down, if you didn't go like us, and you want to feel like you were there, that's a good one to watch.
Yeah.
So, you ready for shop update?
Sure.
Okay. So there will be a shop update today at 5 o'clock, which is actually going to be in like 30 minutes, 23 minutes. So by the time you're watching this, it will have gone live because there's no way we can finish this, wrap it up, edit it, and post it to YouTube in 23 minutes.
That would be great if we could. But
yeah. So by the time you're watching this, it will go live. Again, if you want to see what's going to be in a shop update, I will suggest you follow me on Instagram. I am TeenyButton on there, and I usually... I try not to post too much throughout the week because I don't want to spam people, but usually on Fridays I'll do a couple of posts of what I plan to have in that day's update. So I'm going to do the update first. So the 2 colors that I used for my Vulpix shawl, the Ravenclaw colors, I will have 3 of each of these. Wit Beyond Measure and Man's Greatest Treasure on soft sock. I will have a handful of skeins of Magical Me because I had a request for that this week. I will have Voodoo Queen on soft sock because I had a request for that as well. I had a bunch of requests this week. A couple people asked for multiple things, so I tried to get at least one thing from the handful of people that asked. But I wasn't able to do everything, so I'm sorry for that. I can't always guarantee... I actually ran out of yarn this week. I ran out of soft sock, and I got more in today, but I didn't have time to dye any more of what people requested. So sometimes that just be how it is, unfortunately. I have this single lonely skein of Sprinkle Spice Latte on Tough Sock. I don't know how it slipped through the cracks, but there is only one of these. And then I have some smashed ornaments. Let's find a couple different skeins. They all look a little bit different.
Here's one.
Yeah. So this one's on Silky Sock, and then I have 6 of them on Soft Sock, which is my MCN. That's my 75-25 Merino Nylon. So that is one of my Christmas colors. And then, what else do I have? I have Chicory, which is one of the colors I used in my Bourbon and my meandering shawl, along with Bourbon and Boudin, which I will have, but it's over there. I haven't skeined it up yet. But it's the yellow and brown with variegated, with speckles.
Blues.
So, yes. So, Chicory. And then I have 2 new colorways this week.
Yay.
For Doctor Who, because I am getting lots and lots and lots of requests. I've been getting plenty of requests, both from this one and from other people, so I figure it is time. I'm a Doctor Who fan. I haven't watched in a while because I was not a huge fan of Peter Capaldi. There's nothing wrong with him, but he's not Matt Smith. So
No, he's not.
So, I'm sure that's how people were after David Tennant left.
So are you saying Matt is your doctor?
Technically, Christopher Eccleston is my doctor. But I do really like I like Christopher Eccleston.
Why do you
I
say
like Matt Smith.
technically?
And I like David Tennant. I started watching the 5th series whenever Matt Smith started. And then I'm like, wait, I want to go back and watch the first. So I started with Christopher Eccleston. But my first episode was Matt Smith.
Okay. So when you say technically, what does technically mean? I mean, my doctor is my favorite doctor.
Oh.
So that's why it's Tennant, not necessarily
I don't have a strong favorite.
Oh.
I don't have a strong favorite.
Strong.
I have favorite episodes.
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't have a strong favorite doctor.
Like all the Tennants.
So speaking of David Tennant, this is my David Tennant colorway. This is called Alonzi. Is that how you say it? That's how you say it. Alonzi, yeah. And
Alonzo.
Yeah. Actually, you're gonna chastise me for this. I never watched the season with Donna. I didn't like Donna.
Donna
that much.
was the best companion.
Yeah.
How could you not like her? Okay.
I like Martha.
Okay, here's the deal. The only taste of Martha the only taste of Donna you got was in the one little episode, and you didn't like her?
I watched a couple episodes. I don't know. So there's probably something wrong with me. But anyway.
Yeah, Donna was so amazing.
This is the Alonzi colorway.
Yay.
I want to say Alonzi, but that's not right, is it?
Well, he kind of says it like that. Alonzi.
Yeah, that's how I want to say it. So it is a blue with tan and brown and red speckles because he wears those chucks.
The red chucks.
Yes. So this is the David Tennant inspired colorway. And then I did a colorway inspired by one of my favorite episodes. I think my favorite episode is The Girl in the Fireplace.
Yes. And who is that? Oh, that's Tennant.
It is. My second favorite episode is Vincent and the Doctor, which is Matt Smith. So that's the one.
That's a great episode. That's
the one with Vincent Van Gogh. It made me cry. Every time I watch it, I cry.
It was sad.
Yeah. So this is called Amy's Sunflowers. So yellows and greens and blues with some of those speckles. It is loosely based on the painting of the sunflowers that Van Gogh did. So if you are a Van Gogh fan, maybe this is the skein for you. I don't know. And then I have mini skeins. Sorry, I'm reaching out of frame there. I have mini skeins to go with those. Mostly to go with this one, although if you want one of these for Amy's Sunflowers, just let me know. So this is my Hello Sailor colorway. I've had it before, but it goes so perfectly for heels and toes. And if you're buying this to knit the socks in Space KAL, this would be awesome for that. It's like a little kit. So I have the option. You can choose yes or no if you want a mini skein whenever you order this one. And then...
and if you choose yes, that's the mini you're getting?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Hello Sailor, which is the dark navy. And then I do still have, from last week's update, I have Pretty Floral Bonnets, which is a Firefly-inspired colorway, and Stardew Valley, which is inspired by Stardew Valley, and both of those will count for the socks in Space KAL. Again, if you're looking for space theme yarn. I do have a new skein of Stardew Valley on silk, which I almost took for myself, but I didn't. I resisted. Like, sometimes you just see a skein and you're like, man.
That is really nice.
What happens if I just forget to list that one? And I'm like, oh, look at that. So weird. But it is going to go into the shop because I have to have self-control at some point.
I can imagine that would be fun.
So this won't be going to the shop, but I have it on soft sock already in the shop as well. So that is what is going to be in tonight's shop update. It's a pretty big one. But next week is the first update of November. So that is going to be one of my exclusively Harry Potter shop updates. There will be at least 2 new Harry Potter colorways. I think I have plans to dye another one, so there will be at least 3 new Harry Potter colorways, hopefully. And it will be the release of this colorway. This was July's Harry Potter Mystery Club Skein of the Month, and it is called Ashamed to Row. Ashamed to Row. And it is based on a quote from Hagrid whenever he comes to rescue Harry from the hut on the rock. And they're in the boat, and he taps his umbrella on the side of the boat to make it speed across the lake, because he said to be ashamed to row. So this one is on Stellina. I also have it on Tough Sock BFL. And if I have time, I'll dye it on some more bases, but we'll see if that happens. I'll definitely have it on Shimmer and on Tough Sock. So with that being said, I will go ahead and show y'all the colorway for October. All the skeins have gone out, but I don't know if they've all been received, especially by my international buyers. So if you have not received your skein yet for October, then look away. This is what it looks like. This one's on Tough Sock, and it is called Troll in the Dungeon. And it is inspired by the scene in The Sorcerer's Stone where Professor Quirrell runs in and says there's a troll in the dungeon, and then he faints on the floor in the middle of the Great Hall. And the inspiration photo I used was actually a photo of the tapestry on the 7th floor of Hogwarts of Barnabas the Barmy trying to train trolls for the ballet.
Oh, yes.
And I almost called it Barnabas the Barmy, but I decided to go ahead and call it Troll in the Dungeon because I thought that was a more universal reference. Plus, it happened on Halloween, so it's a very October colorway. So this one will be available in February. November, December, January, February, yeah. But in the meantime, you can sign up for November's Harry Potter Club. Will be open until the 31st, not the 34th. The 31st. There is no 34th of October. And then after that, I will be replacing it with the December Skein of the Month. And just a little heads up, the December Skein of the Month will come with a tiny little Christmas gift for you guys. Just a little extra I'm going to pop in there that corresponds to the colorway name as well. So if you have already bought the 3-month subscription, you don't need to buy anything else. But most people do month to month, so I will be relisting the December skein on the 1st of November if you are interested. That was a lot of talking, but I think that's everything, right?
For your shop update?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If anybody has any questions, I know that some people get confused by the Harry Potter Club, and I wonder if there's a way I could reword it. But if you have any questions, please send me a message, Ravelry, Instagram, Etsy, one of those 3, and I will get back to you and answer any questions you have. But other than that, I think that's all we have. Is that right?
Nope. We forgot. This weekend is SAF.
Oh, yeah.
And
if you are attending SAF this weekend, which I think it's open tomorrow and Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. Rick of Whimsy Stitches will be carrying some TeenyButton Studio yarn. I'm not sure exactly how much he has left, because I know some people were shopping today, and he was at Fiber in the Borough last week. But if you are interested in seeing some TeenyButton Studio yarn in person, you can stop by Rick's booth. I'm not sure exactly of the number, but I'm sure it's in the program. If you're going to SAF, you're going to get a program anyway.
Look up Whimsy Stitches Designs, and go see Rick and tell Rick we said hey. Yeah.
That looks like a good show. I think we should go. We thought about going almost, but
yeah, we came real close, and then it was like, yeah. But it is on the bucket list with quite a few events, but it's one we definitely plan to attend at some point.
Were you going to say something else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that people knew that if they were going to SAP this weekend, to go check out Rick's booth.
You're lucky if you're going.
I know.
We're jealous.
And make sure you post pictures on Instagram, because we will be looking at what everybody's getting. I love to look at what people get.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for you this week. Please join our knit-alongs. Come chat in the chatter threads.
And don't forget to enter our pattern giveaway.
Yeah. So we're going to post the thread for that. The link is down below. I think that's it. That's all we got.
It's down below for the podcast group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
If you like what you saw, please subscribe.
Yeah. So we will see y'all next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.